Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name has been every day on this channel. I think I need one more button. Every day on this channel, I come to you half shirtless, and I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money and crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Welcome to all our viewers on Twitch and Theta, and we're not on TikTok today, I don't think. Or we are?
No, we are.
We are on TikTok today. And, of course, all of our viewers on YouTube. Weekend did not go. This was that TJ feeding Ben crepes. Weekend did not go like we thought it would price-wise, but that's okay. I'll tell you guys a little bit about what is going on right now with the price. I know everybody's super interested. We're back in the 47s now. I mean, we've just been hovering kind of the same way Ethereum's been between 31 and 33. Bitcoin's been hovering between 47 and 49.5 for basically a week now. We do need to see some action this week. By the end of the week, we need to see some upward trajectory. Okay. Guys, so we're going to be talking about Solana today. We're going to be talking about a $3 Cardano coming sooner rather than later. We're going to be talking about kind of what I think, I would say a FUD story this weekend about an Eth Fork. And the reason I'd say it's a FUD story, it is a real story. But, you know, for your novice person in crypto reading that story, they're going to be very concerned, and there's nothing really to be concerned about. We're going to look at some whales moving Bitcoin. I may happen to know who those people are. We're going to take a look at an update between the XRP and the SEC. Guys, very important date coming up tomorrow for this case. So very interesting stuff. I'm going to tell you exactly what is going on with that, why I still believe, in spite of everything you're seeing, and I'll give you a lot of reasoning for this, why September will see the end of this lawsuit. So they say my shirt is fire. That's good. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they were asking if those are Astro Pops, right?
Yes, Astro Pops and Lady Liberty herself.
There you go.
The wife's birthday was this weekend, so was out of town. Well, not out of town. I mean, we were just in Atlanta. But went to the Braves game. Went and ate at the, oh, I'm saying it right, the C-Ellit. It's C-E-L-L-I-T, I think. It's a steakhouse in the Battery. Had a really nice, expensive steak. But it was really fun. We had somebody came over to us while somebody from the work there, one of the managers there, came over, brought us some appetizers, and said that they were very thankful that I helped get them into crypto. So that was fun. Had a lot of people there at the restaurant, knew who we were, and just want to shout out that restaurant. Phenomenal food if you've never been down there to the Battery. Then we went to the suite last night. TJ, what was up with the sign? Why is the sign not up? They told us to be up.
I don't know. I couldn't figure that out. When we were there Saturday for the soccer game,
yeah,
we were actually in S215. But 225 is our normal one, or 215?
225.
Yeah. So, and they
You
had
were
all
in
the
215.
We were in 215. They had the whole spread. You know, they didn't have the sign there either, but I wasn't sure what the normal one was. And shout out, I wish I knew this guy's name, one of the traffic attendants, as we were pulling in. I was riding with Brian and Angel. I was like half asleep in the back seat, wasn't even paying attention. And this guy was like jumping up and down, waving his arms, like screaming my name and to get us to roll the window down. And he was like, TJ from BitBoy Crypto, right? And I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? So if you're out there, he obviously watched the channel a lot because he tend to know. He asked me where I thought XRP was going to go by the end of the year.
That's awesome. A lot of people ask me that.
So
question.
Huge shout out to that guy. He was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad you finally got recognized once, man. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, just once.
Well, once outside of, I mean, have you been recognized outside of a crypto conference?
Yeah. I mean, not a lot, but usually around here at like a gas station or something. Oh. Usually it's when I have the GTR because they can put it together.
You know what's interesting is the smaller the place, the more I get recognized. We go to Disneyland, I get recognized at Disneyland 3 times. We went to a restaurant, a Korean barbecue place, got recognized 3 times in the restaurant.
Wow.
So, yeah, very, very bizarre how it all works. I think the larger, the Braves games hardly ever get recognized. Falcons games hardly ever got recognized. But the smaller the event, the more it is. So I get recognized about once every time I go anywhere. That's pretty much true. So it's exciting stuff. And my mom's proud.
Also want to recognize Solana today, crushing it.
What's the price at today?
Over $100.
Yeah.
Like 101 last time I looked at it.
Wow. 101?
105.
Holy frick.
Yeah.
Now, supposedly they've been talking about like August 31st, there's something big coming for Solana. And I've been told there isn't really anything big. They're just trying to pump the rumor, sell the news. So there will be maybe something, but it's not going to be anything super dramatic. So I didn't even see that. Baby TJ growing up so fast. That's what they said. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in here. check out what's going on. First and foremost, guys, we did tick up. We're at 1.21 million subscribers. We're moving very fast right now, so we'll probably be up to 1.22 maybe by the end of the week. Can't wait to get to 1.25 million. That'll be pretty good. Also, guys, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We're 20,000 away, which I'm surprised. I thought we would be here by today. I don't know why growth was a little slower on the weekend for our socials. But we're almost to 5 million total followers between all of our socials. So we'll be giving this away this week. I don't see any way we don't give it away this week. So you got time to enter. Make sure to come follow us on Twitter. We got 508K there. Make sure to come here, click the Gleam link, and get going. And also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and all of our socials down below. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. The market's not moving super positively right now. We got Bitcoin just ticked back up over 48,000. Ethereum still at 3,200. Cardano looked like it's poised for another move. XRP at $1.13 could be a good accumulation stage. Solana number 8 now.
Just won't stop.
God.
So I had my fantasy draft last night, and I was texting somebody afterwards, my buddy Adam, and he was like, "Man, Solana pushing $100." And I was like, "Yeah, I hope you got some when I first mentioned." He's like, "Yeah, when you put it in the chat back in January, I scooped some for like $5." So he's very happy.
Well, I had somebody, Mr. Gaston Cruz in the chat.
Gaston, we want baby TJ NFTs.
A lot of people want those.
Man.
A lot of people alluding to some big Phantom news. Phantom's been crushing it too.
Phantom has been crushing it.
That's one we don't have big holdings in Phantom. I wish that we did. It's one of those ones you just missed it. We had plenty of opportunities to get into it.
Yeah.
But at some point you just got to make decisions. So we'll be seeing what's going on there. But somebody asked me something very interesting over this weekend. They said, "Look, what are you gonna do? Like, what would you do if you were me? Would you put money into Solana right now, or would you put it into Cardano?" And I like. You have to put it in Cardano right now, right? Compared to Solana?
Yeah, I mean,
Look at the pump. I mean, it cannot keep up like this.
Well, they both have had massive pumps this year, so they're both way up.
Well,
but if you look at the market cap for Solana, it's still...
So Solana's moved from the 30s to number 8. Cardano's moved from like number 7 to number 3.
I just know I posted something over the weekend that was like the stimulus check. Like if you had put your the first $1,200 stimulus check into ADA at the time, that $1,200 would be worth $105K right now. Yeah. Solana 120. So they've both pumped pretty strong.
Yeah, but I think Cardano has had what I would say 3 major pumps throughout this entire bull run. Solana's had like 6 or 7. Where it's just shot up and you didn't think it'd keep going, and it did. Yeah. I just have to believe that Cardano is a better buy right now because of that alone.
That makes sense. I mean, it does feel like Solana's due for a pullback.
Where's Cardano going? $10 to $12? If it's going $10 to $12, that's over at 3x from now. Solana's not getting to $350. I don't think. I just don't see any way that's possible. It was just at $60 last week.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. That's what I'd be looking for. And by the way, I asked some people that would know about this question I've been pondering about. Like, can the financial cartel pushing Solana be enough to make it compete with Ethereum? And I was told there are no long-term plans to do that. There are no long-term plans or no short-term plans. Like, there's no short-term plans in action to make that happen from the financial cartel. But who knows over the next 2, 3, 4 years what that plan can develop into. But it is kind of what I've said, which is pure money can pump the price. But now, look, we like Solana, we like the ecosystem, but to put it on par with Ethereum right now would be silly. I mean, there is no Solana ecosystem right now. I mean, there's a Serum Dex, there's some other projects, there's NFTs coming.
There's actually a lot of Dex stuff on Solana.
Yeah, but compared to Ethereum, it's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Like, it's not...
Nothing compares to Ethereum.
Nothing compares to Ethereum, so... Yeah, TZ says here, he says Solana holders are too ambitious. It's a great project, but be realistic. That's kind of like where I'm at with it too. You know, I agree with it. We love Solana. I've said nothing but positive stuff about Solana forever. But Critiface says he's a connected man, folks. Okay, guys, just a quick look at the numbers here. We are looking at market cap of $2.073 trillion. I mean, that $2 trillion market cap has been holding pretty well. Volume down pretty considerably at 94 billion. Now, what I've been told about this is that what we're seeing right now with the accumulation we are seeing accumulation of smaller wallets. What does that mean? Retail wallets right now are accumulating Bitcoin. They're going to need that. There's no blow off top without big retail wallets. So, that's something to watch right now, is that we are seeing accumulation from retailers, and this is being allowed to happen. Ghost Picks Jimmy says Solana will 2x here. I can easily see it getting to $200 to $250. Higher than that, I think it's going to be it's going to have trouble. And somebody said Solana is scalable. Yeah, Solana is scalable, but I don't know if you figured it out. Use case doesn't have that much to do with price right now at this stage in the market. It just doesn't. So, dominance 43.6%, ETH 18.1%, ETH gas. You can get yourself an ETH transaction for 38 Paraguays. Let's look at the market. 48,000, 3,200. Let's look at the 20. Cello, golly. You see this? Cello?
Yeah, there's a big
Phantom as well.
They did $100 million kind of raise for a bunch of different projects. I didn't read the whole story.
Doesn't the IMF and the World Economic Forum love Cello? They do.
Yeah. They hate Bitcoin.
Elrond finally with a big pump. 20%. Elrond is getting up there. It's almost back to all-time highs, isn't it? Did it just? No. All-time high is 243, so it is making progress. It did just break through, as you can see here. It did break through resistance. Wow, they changed the chart here on CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I do too. And what is this red? What is red over here? It's when it was down from launch?
I
For
guess.
launch price? That's interesting. But you can look here and see, I mean, it does look like Elrond is finally getting ready to have that next leg up. So definitely something cool to watch if you're into Elrond. Solana up 15%, Ravane, Waves, Horizon, Compound, Sandbox. Finally in the top 100. Look at that. We got a lot of big Sandbox news we'll be covering on the NFT show here pretty close. All I see on Ben's shirt is high fructose corn syrup. Oh, the popsicles. All right, let's move on.
So how do you feel first Q&A question comes from TJ behind the board. How do you feel about the volume being a little lackluster this weekend?
Jim just walked in.
Jim, oh, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you, Jim. What do you think about the low volume? How do you feel about that?
The low volume. So, look, here's the thing. When you have high volume, what does that usually mean when the volume's super high?
A lot of activity, a lot of volatility.
It's the big money doing
Right.
big money things. That's what it is. It's not you and me on Coinbase. You know what I mean?
No.
Is the institutional money. That's why you see the spikes. I mean, if you go back and look at the spikes of the volume on the crash and the pumps, you'll see that's where the big money was coming from. So all that's happening when we're not seeing high volume is that these moves are getting fewer and further between right now. And so, like I said, what I've been told is right now the financial cartel is allowing the retail investors to accumulate right now because they're going to need that. We need retail wallets to push the prices up to where they're going to go. So right now, all the activity we're seeing pretty much is from retail money right now. So when you look at a $94 billion volume and you think so much of this is retail, it's actually kind of bullish, I think.
Okay, Tehran or Terran Crypto, $500 into Uni, Sushi, Osmo, or Cake? Osmo.
I would say Uniswap.
Yeah.
I mean, Cake is another good option. If you're going to stake at Cake, maybe. I would say Uniswap or Cake. That's what I'd be looking at right now.
Okay, Trust a Lie. Still think ADA can get to $7 with Solana pumping like this these days.
Yeah, I firmly believe Cardano is going to at least $10 now.
Yeah.
I said $8 forever, but I believe it's going to 10.
Hey, Ben, TJ, BitSquad, how is Neo doing, please? There's a blast from the past.
From Katrine Bonet.
Yeah,
on
YouTube.
Look, how is Neo doing? Neo is one of these projects that I've lost probably more money in than almost any other project. Every time I think it's going to do something positive, it doesn't. It's all the way down to number 40. I mean, at one time, it was number 4 on CoinMarketCap. I think, look, they did just have some news. I mean, VeChain and Neo are kind of the chosen Chinese projects, but you got to wonder why VeChain's doing so much better, almost like VeChain has gone above them. And look, when Ontology split from Neo and did its own mainnet, I think that was pretty devastating to the Neo ecosystem. I mean, look, there was a time where do you remember what the Neo coins are called now? I don't even remember what they're called.
I mean, I know it was Ant Shares rebranded to Neo.
Well, yeah, but the coin, the
token,
like the ERC20s, I even forgot what they're called now. NEP5 tokens, that's what they're called. I did remember. I think they're NEP5s. There were so many promising projects that were NEP5 tokens. The Key, Matrix AI,
yeah,
Deep Brain Chain. Did anybody say Deep Brain Chain?
yeah.
The DBC. Look, and they all had so much promise. And you know what any of them did? Nothing. None of them did anything. So, in my opinion, I feel like the Neo ecosystem, I feel like it's pretty much dead at this point. And I think that's really having a compound effect on the price. So we'll see. It's got a run left in it for sure in this bull run. I mean, it just will. That's the way projects work. But I'm not super bullish on Neo.
Thoughts on Engine long term?
I mean, look, I can't give you a price prediction on Engine for the long term. I mean, $1 million. I know that's what y'all want me to say. I don't even know what the price is right now.
Well, what's your, you like it?
I just want to look at the price. Yeah. You look at the price, you look at the all-time high was 345. I mean, what is long term? I mean, by the next bull run, in the next bull run, this thing will probably get up to $20, somewhere around there. It's probably what it'll get to. Right now it's at 345. It'll probably get to at least, $10, $12 this cycle. Engine, super bullish on long term. I'm telling you, look, I would be looking at Infinity right now. That's what I would be looking at. That is their Polkadot project from the team of Engine involving NFTs and parachains and cross-bridge NFT trading. I think that's what to look at if you're looking for something with a lot of potential. Unless you're just holding a bunch of Engine right now, I'd tell you, in that case, still sell the top and then, diversify or buy back in. But long-term Engine gaming coins are here to stay.
Yeah. And this is a good question from 4 Pints on Twitch. What's the last date we can have to pump Bitcoin for it to get to 100K? So I think what he's saying is...
What's the last date? I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
I would say probably a horse and carriage ride, maybe with some apple cider and some crackers. If you want to take me out before we get a pump, that's...
Yeah. You love horse and carriage rides.
I love horse and carriage rides. Okay. No, what do you think he's saying? Go ahead.
Kind of like how we're here in September now. I know we originally talked about kind of at some point September pushing back towards all-time highs. Like, how long can we wait? Like, if we're still hitting this
middle of October, that's it.
So if we're still under 50K,
oh, it's over.
It's over. That's kind of where I think what
guys,
he's
there's no long bull run. It's not happening. I don't care what all these people are telling you right now. It is not happening. Look at what's going on with the Fed and the tapering. Look at the effect that's going to have on the economy. This will affect Bitcoin. People in Bitcoin tend to believe that we're impenetrable to the traditional markets and what they do. However, time after time, that's proven to not be true, which is okay. Gold's the same way. We're going to see the tapering. We're going to see the deflation. I know there's a lot of smart people out there telling you it's not going to happen. They're wrong. So I don't. You guys will see by the end of the year where we're at. There is no longer bull run. Bitcoin is not going up to $300,000 like we thought that it would. And this thing will be over sooner rather than later. It will definitely be in the fall. So I guess technically, like, there's a way maybe it could go to November. I do not see it happening. I think altcoins are a much more interesting conversation. We only have one cycle previous really to base our predictions off of. I mean, there's a chance the altcoins could run through January. I don't think that's going to be the case. Bitcoin's going to top out around 100K and then push back down. It could be a slower move down than we've seen in the past, but there's no way, in my opinion, we're seeing a longer bull run by any stretch of the imagination. Now, look, this bull run should technically be 1 to 2 weeks longer than the last one. That's it. So if you want to say that's a longer bull run, but there's no going to Q1 with this bull run. And look, so, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I mean, you agree with me.
Yeah, I agree. My question is, like, when do you get concerned? Like, if we're still ranging around 50K, when do you get worried about that 100K number? Like, if it's pushing October?
Last week of September.
Last week of September. Okay.
Because you got to remember how fast this moves.
Yeah, it does move.
Look, I think we're going to be, I think we're still within 10 days. I mean, maybe within 1 week, 60K. I could see maybe going out to like maybe the 10th of September hitting 60K. Maybe it's longer than 10 days where I said on Friday. Maybe it goes 14 to 20 days. But once this thing moves, it is going to be ripping. You just saw it with Solana. See what Solana's doing? Bitcoin's going to do the same thing.
Yep.
Bitcoin only has to 2x to get to where it's going. Now, it's a giant market cap. I understand that. But it's only got 2x to get to $100,000. Think about that. How many times have we seen Bitcoin 2x in a short period of time?
A lot.
A lot. We got 12,500 viewers, and we got 2,069 likes. How about that? Ooh, feeling a little frisky in here. Guys, if we could, let's get this up to 7,500 today. I think we can do that. If you could do us a favor right now, smash the like button. If you're watching on mobile, X out of the mobile chat or out of the live chat, hit the like button, come back in. If you're watching on smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, more actions, more options, and hit react, and then like this video or dislike this video if you hate America. Puts you in a tough spot, doesn't it?
Well,
Bunch
unless
of
you're from,
hippie America haters.
unless they're from the UK.
I got patience, no patience for people that hate America. Thoughts on Jeremy Hogan's last video? I haven't seen it. I don't know. What did he say?
I don't know.
Y'all see who the expert is around here. Okay, are we done?
Yeah, that's it. We're on charts.
Okay, let's move on. Guys, and just as we move into the charts, just a quick reminder, you guys make sure to check out our deals page. Get access to our Cardano staking pool if that's the kind of thing that you're into. We've been doing really good. We got 31 blocks total on the pool, 5.57 million staked. Don't forget to stake with Celsius if you're looking to make some gains as we move into a bear market in a few months. This is a good place to stake some stable coins, get some good returns. And then also if you want to trade, this can you make a note for us to change this?
Sure.
VMAX has a $2,000 deposit going on right now. It says 200. So still get access to that if you click the link. And then if you're not an American and you want to do some trading with ByBit, you guys can do that. $3,000 bonus. $3,000 bonus. I see a lot of people asking about an AMP price prediction.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Hulk Hogan's last video from Serial Marshmallows, who joined our NFT, our Theta NFT conversation the other night. I haven't seen Hulk Hogan's last video, but I've seen all the rest of his. So, well, I guess that's the big leg. Is the big leg? Here we go. I'm just gonna. That looks very painful. Is that the greatest finishing move in history?
I have no
The
idea.
big leg. It's just a leg drop.
Probably not.
What do you think is the greatest finishing move in wrestling history?
I wasn't a big wrestling guy, so
You got none.
Well, I know a few of them, DDT, and like
DT's not really a finishing move.
it's not a finishing move.
No, each person has a finishing move. You just got doxed bad.
I told you I said right up. I didn't really watch it. So
I mean, the
I'm not a good
the
person to
Goldberg
ask.
spear and the jackhammer. I mean, that's got to be number one. Hogan's leg drop and Macho Man's elbow drop off the top rope. Those are lame, but they're classic.
I was gonna say those seem really basic.
They are. They're extremely well. Those are the beginning of the finishing moves. Then you've got
Didn't somebody use a chair, or is that just?
no, not as a finishing move. Yeah, the figure four leg lock. That was Ric Flair's move. I've got Crypto Ric Flair in here talking about the RKO from Randy Orton. That's a good one. Stone Cold Stunner. The Diamond Cutter by DDP. Basically the Stone Cold Stunner. So Pedigree, the Sweet Chin music. Come on, guys. Come on. The Tombstone from The Undertaker. The Razor's Edge. Yeah, I like the RKO because it comes out of nowhere. So
Rock bottom.
the rock bottom. How could you forget the rock bottom? How could you forget the rock bottom? And the people's elbow. Yeah, the people's elbow. Then you get the rock bottom. That was the way it was. Man, a lot of people love this chat. I'll tell you guys this. My favorite videos to watch on YouTube are old wrestling videos.
Wow.
By a long shot. It's the only thing I find myself like going down the rabbit trail on. So, yeah, looking at some of these. Yeah, some good. The Sharpshooter. That was a good one. Man, they really screwed that Bret Hart. That was a real life thing that happened. That was crazy.
Should I start the chart clock over?
Yeah. Start the chart clock. The chart clock. Okay. All right, let's check it out. Here we go, guys. So, you guys can see we're getting down into the EMA ribbon. And, guys, this is what I'll tell you, okay? I'll tell you this when I'm looking at the chart. Now, over the weekend, on Friday night, here on Market Cipher, you guys want Market Cipher, of course, get access to that on bitboycrypto.com/deals. We got this green dot on the momentum wave, and it seemed like things were really favorable and going to be moving up the Rikishi stink face. Yeah, that was a good one for sure. But you had the green dot, and things looked really positive, but then we got the red dot, meaning things were going to drop. This actually came yesterday, and then it's popped back up today, or maybe it was last night. I think it came up yesterday, and then it did not get confirmed. But what I want to show you is we're now into 3 consecutive red days. Now, let's go back and look. Ever since this run started at the end of July, okay, we had 4 red days in a row, okay, which led to that pump. Then we had 3 red days in a row, which led to this big green candle. Then we got 4 days in a row, and then we got this upward price movement, okay? So the point is, whenever we've seen consistent downward action, we've not seen more than 4 days of downward momentum in a row. And then every single time we've came out with extremely positive movement to the upside. And I believe that's what we will see. We are seeing some of the retail accumulation right now. Like I mentioned, we're seeing volume coming in that way. We need to see volume coming in from the big money as well, which I do believe that we will be seeing. So I am certainly looking for this next leg up. If you were to look at how positive these were, let's look at this one. We'll just look from the body here. So from the body to here, that was a 17% move. This one here was a, see what this was. This was a 8% move. And this one was a about 11% move. So what is that? 18 plus 35. 35 divided by 3 would be like 11.5 or something like that. A little more than 11.5. So let's just say if we were to get the same general movement, like on average that we've seen, that was just a rough estimate. That was not actually correct. But if we see that same movement here, just from where we're at now, it might drop a little bit lower. So let's actually measure it from 47.5 because that's where it seems to be going. If we were to get an 11% move from here, that would put Bitcoin at, that's not what that was, about $52,000 it looks like. About $52,000. We'll go from the wick. 11,000. Yeah, about 52.5 is what we could be looking at. So now a lot of people believe when we finally move above 50K, that we are going to 56. That's a good support resistance number that we've seen in the past. And I think we could be seeing that. Now, look, at some point, we do have to see the prices moving, for sure. But it doesn't have to be on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be like, today we got to get here by the end of the day. We're not in that right now. When the money is ready for this thing to move, it is going to move, and it is going to be moved fast and furiously. I mean, just think, guys, when we were at 30,000, we got a 25% candle in one day. We went from 30 to 40 in one day, okay? A 25% move from here would be to 63,000, okay? So that's even a higher number if it were to move that same percentage. So obviously, I'm not worried. I got nothing to indicate that we're not going where we say we're going to go. It's just something to watch. So I think it's probably a pretty positive thing. We've had a few red days in a row. It has always led to a pump ever since the end of July. So. Well,
and the red days themselves were mostly just flat. Like they were barely
we've been in the same range.
And that's kind of what gives a lot of these alts like Cello, Phantom, eGold, Solana, a lot of these big pumpers that we were just looking at. That's what you need. You need Bitcoin going sideways for those alts to kind of rip like that.
Unless you're Ethereum.
Yeah.
Unless you're Ethereum, because what in the world is this thing doing?
It's just hanging out.
It's just stuck, man. This thing's stuck. It's just not moving. I mean, it bounced off the support basically right here at 3150. Has not managed to get really over the $3,300 level with any consistency. I think it's going to move down just a hair. What is that? 33.23. That's where really the resistance seems to be. So then when it comes to the Newpol, we started going a little sideways on the Newpol down here, as you guys can see on the right side. And then stock to flow deflection, we're still making progress. I think it is going to be the end of this bull run before we get back up to the median price. I mean, right now the median price should be, it doesn't say. Price 49,000. Stock to flow deflection is 45. So that means it's 45. Right now, the stock to flow is saying the chart should be, I think, at about $105,000, somewhere around there. I think that would put 50,000 be 45,000 of that, or 45% of that. All right, let's move on here. Solana burn. Solana price hits $100 ever after mysterious ignition event revealed. Traders push their Solana USD bids higher after Solana teases the community and Ignition a mysterious feature that will go live on Tuesday. Here's your buy the rumor, sell the news event here. Solana prices rose on Monday as traders speculated on what appeared to be a key but mysterious feature launch scheduled for later this week. Remember who I told you guys? Remember who I told you runs Solana? Remember what I told you guys? Digital Currency Group. Indirectly, it's actually the financial cartel of the world, the centralized bankers. You know, some of you guys may be figuring out who some of these people are. But literally, they control 90% of the central banks. Okay? This is who's behind Solana. We know that this is picking up pace and picking up speed based on the institutional money flowing into Solana. Remember, last month, or was it last week, whatever it was, we covered the story last week, the number one place institutional money was going over the last several weeks, Solana. Okay? Now, don't you think it's interesting that the people that control, remember who controls Cointelegraph, who controls CoinDesk? Remember who controls all these people, all these narratives? We look at it over and over and over again. Baker Mayfield looked okay last night. They got shut down on a fourth down play, I believe, but just preseason. Matt Ryan wanted 10 quarterbacks or starters that didn't play a single down in the preseason. What's the point? I hate preseason so much. Preseason is a way for the teams to sell you extra season tickets at the same price as the regular season tickets. It's all a scam. But anyways, point is here, financial cartel behind Solana, and now as the institutional money's coming in, now they release this mysterious new feature that nobody knows what it is or what it's going to do, and kind of comes out of nowhere. It's coming for August 31st. You're looking for a pullback, is going to be tomorrow. That's what I'll tell you. It says the rate, it climbed to a new record of 103. Now we know it's at 105, falling over about a 10% rally. The upside move surfaced days after Solana introduced Ignition on its official media handles. However, the team provided little details about the tool, but prompted the community to guess that it would be about burning SOL tokens. Well, I guess if you want the burning, maybe you're SOL. T-minus 3, 2, 1, Ignition. This is the scammiest freaking buy the rumor pump I've seen in a while. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that the feature is a scam, but this campaign is a scam.
Yeah, this is like announcing the announcement kind of thing that Justin Sun used to do. Yeah.
Guys, this could be like as simple as, we're bringing, we're bringing a DApp you've never heard of to the ecosystem. You know what I mean? I mean, who knows what this is going to be? A lot of people are saying a burn. It might not be a. Guess what? When they give you no information, it might not be what you think it's going to be. Somebody said I'm jealous. We own a lot of Solana. Yeah. We own a lot of Solana. I'm not jealous. I'm just giving you facts. By the way, I did want to bring this up. Let's see. Somebody said, look at the picture. Guys, did you notice this? You guys know we had 500 reviews the other day for the SEC when we did our thing where we called them. Look how many is there now.
Yeah, they filtered them.
20. Google literally deleted your reviews. Literally deleted your reviews. Remember, financial cartel will always protect itself. Okay, so other Solana news here. Well, this is just a Solana chart. I mean, it is absolutely crushing it. That is such an insane chart. How much has it moved since? That's the 4-hour chart. 57% in a week. 57% in a week.
And then that's probably that week before it did 57% too.
There's also a big pump the week before, as you guys can see right here. Let's see what it was. A 90% pump.
Yeah.
Can't make this stuff up. Here's the May 2021 versus August 2021 Cardano ecosystems. You guys can see there is quite a lot going on right now in the world. Wow. Now, all of these are not actually launched on Cardano. You can't actually launch, a smart contract system on Cardano yet until, everything is finally done with this upgrade. But look at how much stuff is planning on, coming out here. Where is, let's see, it's insurance, graph. Look, SoMe, number 1 right there. And the other. Whatever they'd put social media. So a lot of stuff. Whatever happened to Bondly? Didn't Bondly exit scam?
They had a huge dump. Yeah, no.
Well, they rug pulled, basically.
Yeah.
But anyways, it is what it is. All right, so here we go. Wait, was that it? There was no story on this?
I don't know. I assume there
ADA.
would have been a story about $3 Cardano.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything about it. But we do know Cardano is going to $3 very soon. I mean, right now it's sitting at 285, I believe, 282. Let's refresh this, actually. Yeah, it is 283. So Cardano is moving to $3 here pretty soon. Oh, yeah, a lot of people are talking about Charles tweeting about Solana. Was that a troll? Did you see it?
I didn't see it.
He like tweeted, he said, like, Solana, wow, you guys really seem to be doing some interesting things. How can I get more information? Gotta be a troll.
Yeah.
Gotta be a troll.
That's gotta be tongue-in-cheek. Yeah.
People were like, no, he's really interested in what Solana's doing. I'm like, Charles already knows what Solana's doing, you idiots. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's no offense if you thought that. We love our idiots here at the channel. I'm just kidding. But the truth is, like, look, Charles knows everything about Solana. Charles knows everything about every Cardano competitor out there. There's no way he doesn't. So when he does that, tweets that's in jest, for sure. But, I mean, that doesn't mean they won't have a bridge somewhere. So, get that guy out of here. You see that guy? Mm-hmm. Remove him. You can't come to my channel and be a douche. I will not allow it. And especially when you say stupid stuff. Like we literally told you when the price was, the bottom. How can you not see that? Someone said they never trusted Bondly. I think it's good not to ever trust anybody. You know, you guys got to make, don't trust, verify. Jack Dorsey shares details of his plan to build a Bitcoin DEX. What are you going to do? Trade Bitcoin for Bitcoin? Jack Dorsey, CEO of Square, Twitter, proud owner of a nose ring and lifetime hippie, shared certain details of the Bitcoin DEX he's building. The DEX, originally announced in July, will be regulatory compliant, open source, and focused on Bitcoin. Trading platform is being developed by a unit at Square, and it is meant to offer easy access to Bitcoin. Since the era of DeFi started, there were numerous decentralized exchanges on different blockchains that have grown to see sex-level opportunity. Popularity. I tell you, I don't know many things more popular than sexes. There's so many. None of them is still as big as Binance or Coinbase, but they're growing, and they're growing fast. However, all of those exchanges have a major flaw. They can only accommodate coins developed on their own chain. Since Bitcoin is not a development platform, that means there is no DEX that can trade Bitcoin. That's actually true. I mean, you got to wrap Bitcoin.
Right.
Shannon Sharp says she wants a nose ring, but she heard it's painful with a mask. Oh, my God. Who is that? Tua on Hit Network last Friday.
I have no idea.
Were we talking about Tua on the show?
I don't remember. Maybe.
I got a Tua card. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they showed my my Tua rookie card that somebody sent to us. We will be at the Miami-Alabama game this weekend. Wish I was at the Georgia-Clemson game, but I'll take it. Yeah. So you guys are there. Come check us out. If you see us, wave to us, especially if you're a parking attendant. Recognizing the desire to see Bitcoin trade in a decentralized way, Dorsey came to make... there's no way they're going to allow this. The government will probably shut this down. Don't you think so?
They may try. Well, that's just another... there's actually another tweet in there I think he pulled up from Voorhees that kind of had something to do with the same thing. Yeah. When Gensler was saying he's going to ban crypto or whatever, and then I think those are all the DEX projects across all the different blockchains.
Wow.
Pull up a couple of those. Yeah, so it's got Phantom.
You're banning Spooky Swap? Not on my watch.
Yeah. So between all those blockchains, Phantom, Dot, Cardano, Avalanche, Cosmos, there's so...
They're trying to ban Pangolin. Well, they would have banned Pangolin in the first place. We wouldn't be in this situation.
It just kind of reminds me of the conversation we were having the other day.
It's a pandemic joke, folks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
With Naomi Brockwell when she was on Around the Blockchain, and how the more they try to bring down all this regulation and the more they try to regulate things, the more it's going to push both the users and the developers towards decentralized projects.
Gary Gensler is a paid shill from the financial cartel. He doesn't want to ban crypto. Like, this is what you guys have to see about this. There is no way Gary Gensler is a paid shill from the financial cartel. I want you guys to know there's no question about that. That's not a conspiracy. It's all facts. This guy came from Goldman Sachs. And, I've got a lot of evidence of that. SEC is the most corrupt organization in the United States. I will go so far as to say. Now, everything's smoke and mirrors. As always, you're seeing this guy talk about things and say things coming down on crypto. It's not about banning crypto. It's not about coming down on crypto. It's getting the outcomes that he wants in crypto. That the powers that be have handed down to him that need to happen. So don't buy into this stuff. Warren G used to regulate. That's true. Nice comment there. Don't buy into this stuff that Gary Gensler is trying to ban crypto. He knows he can't ban crypto. It's just like the House bill. They know they can't enforce that stuff. They know they can't enforce it. But they put it in there anyways to scare people because they're not ready for crypto to be established in the way that we want it to be established. They want it established in the way that they want it established. All right, moving on here. How a security vulnerability affected Ethereum and led to a chain split. Man, I had so many people telling me over the weekend that this is the end of Ethereum. We had a good run, didn't we, TJ?
Yeah, it was fun. Might as well pack it up. Yeah, I had a lot of people reach out about this too, and it was like, it didn't seem like that huge of a deal to me.
Who needs Gary Gensler to ban Ethereum when Ethereum will ban itself?
Crash itself.
That's pretty funny. Nate Dogg was my favorite. I love Nate Dogg. So sad Nate Dogg died. He died like 7 or 8 years ago now, I think. Okay. The Ethereum network is facing a chain split. Do you love how they did this? Where the E is not linked, but the rest of the word is? Wow. Facing a chain split after an exploit forced over 50% of its nodes to upgrade their client to prevent further attacks. The security vulnerability was detected, reported, and fixed by Go Ethereum, developers of the affected client, Geth. Gethu. On August 24, 2021, via their Twitter handle, Go Ethereum and its team lead, Peter Zalgia, released Geth version 1.10.8. Users were encouraged to update to the new version to avoid attacks on Ethereum and downstream projects. Specifically, vulnerability affects version 1.10.0 or previous versions of the Geth Ethereum virtual machine. Biggest concern is that the security vulnerability could enable double spinning attacks. In other words, an exploit that would allow a bad actor to disrupt the blockchain and spend the same Ethereum and spend the same Ethereum-based asset twice. Data from ethernodes.org indicates that Geth is the most used client with almost 4,000 nodes, and you can see it's much bigger than everything else. They're saying 50% of stuff would have to increase. Looks like it's more like 75% would have to upgrade.
Well,
go ahead.
I think they just need at least half of them to upgrade. So 50%, some of them
that makes sense.
Not upgrade.
So you can't do a 51% attack.
Correct.
Basically.
Yeah.
All this stuff will be fixed with proof of stake, though, I believe, correct?
That's the idea. Yeah.
Should. Therefore, a large portion of the network was susceptible to this vulnerability. Still, researcher Igor Ingomediev found evidence of bad actors trying to exploit. But did it actually get exploited? And this is a key line here, okay? Before anyone starts fighting this is perfectly normal. Miners will upgrade, and this will be resolved quickly. This is frankly a nothing burger, although exchanges and other key ecosystem entry points need to be careful about having upgraded nodes. Guys, when you're running Ethereum nodes, you need to keep them updated. I mean, it's not rocket science here. I know when it comes, South Beach Breaks sent the card. Oh, well, thank you there. Appreciate that. Do you do card breaks? Is that what you do? I should look that up. I used to do football helmet breaks. But the point here is when you run these nodes, you need to stay updated. I know for like our IOST node that I run, I have somebody that runs that and handles the back end of it. If it needs to be updated, it gets updated. You just do it. So like this says, it's a big nothing burger. However, if you would have read, let's see here. I know Elio made a big video on it over the weekend, scared a lot of people. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. This is what people told me. I saw it, but I didn't watch it. I saw that it existed. Ethereum Fork. Let's see here. Look at the. Let's look at the titles here. Look at the titles. Bug affecting Ethereum network leads to fork. Ethereum's blockchain just split in two. Bug impacting 50% of Ethereum clients leads to fork. Ethereum chain splits due to bug. Devs urging users to avoid any ETH transactions. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you look at the language from a lot of these titles, and this is why I didn't make a video on it this weekend. I felt like it was scaring a lot of people. If you're new to crypto and you've just learned what a fork is, and you hear Ethereum's forking or whatever, you probably, maybe if you know anything about the Bitcoin Cash fork, it was highly contentious. The Ethereum Classic and Ethereum Fork, highly contentious. It would seem like to be a negative thing. But this is just stuff that people on the back end that are running nodes or that are doing mining, kind of on what I refer to as the more nerdy side of crypto. They're the ones who are concerned about this. But here's how you knew this was not that big of a deal. Did you see what happened to the price when all this happened?
Nothing.
Literally nothing. Literally nothing. So, Shannon Sharp says, fork you. Very interesting. Eddie Parrott says, A to rise up. Well, I will parrot that. Over 1.3 million Bitcoins transferred by anonymous whales in large lumps. Now, do you remember last week when I was telling you about all these big transfers that were going on? I read several of them to you. These are some of my people that are moving these. And we talked about last week. But every time you notice, I tell you all these transfers are coming, and then it gets reported on a week later, 5 days later. It takes a while for these people to find these transactions. So more than 2 million Bitcoins have been wired. Have been wired between anonymous wallets. From 2 to 4 extremely large transactions per hour were sent, while whales keep accumulating Bitcoin. Over the past 24 hours, a large number of crypto transactions carrying an average of 21,000 Bitcoins, Bitcoins is not supposed to be plural, but whatever, was spotted on the blockchain. Over $60 billion worth of Bitcoins transferred in total. $60 billion. I want you guys to think about this.
Dang.
Okay. Remember this. Bitcoin market cap, Ethereum market cap. These are not one-to-one dollar per dollar market caps. What this means is there's right here it shows $900 billion on the market. There's not actually 900 billion. A lot of this is leverage, okay? You see this with Bitcoin, you see it with Ethereum, you see it with XRP, you see it with, those are probably the main ones that you see this with, that they're not actually a one-to-one. I mean, when you get lower, like, people aren't really doing a lot of leverage trading with Maker, for instance, or with Elrond. So these numbers are actually probably closer to accurate. I'm sure there's some leverage going on with these coins on some exchanges. For the most part, they're closer to one-to-one. So what I'm telling you here is there's not actually 900 billions in market cap. It's probably closer to 500 to 600 billion, in my opinion. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I think that's probably an accurate estimation. So when we're talking about $60 billion getting transferred in a week, that's probably about 10% of Bitcoin's market cap.
Yeah.
What, and what you're also not taking into consideration is the percentage of the circulating supply that's gone out of that, too. Okay? So, I mean, this is a high amount. This is getting ready for some absolutely massive moves. My kids' coaches call me. I have to tell them. I'm running a live show right now. A live show. Kevin, I'm running a live show right now. You need to know this. Show at the moment. This text made the show. Thanks. It's supposed to be coaching practice tonight.
You are? Or he is?
No, I do Monday nights. It's conditioning night. Y'all know I teach the boys conditioning. Okay? Y'all know how it goes. It is what it is. Not as fun doing a text on the show. Not as fun as calling the SEC, but
No.
that was one of my favorite things we've ever done.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
And I'm so disappointed at how Google, but we knew it. We knew they were going to do it. Go up a little bit. What did Marcy say? What did I get Bethany for her birthday? Well, I got her a collection of, there she is. Hey, hon, love you. It's a collection of coins that are exact replicas of all the Olympic medals since the modern Olympics.
That's cool.
Yeah, so she basically has replicas of all the medals. So it was very nice, very expensive.
Because she's a huge Olympics.
She loves the Olympics. I didn't even tell her an Olympian reached out to me. I forgot this was overnight that I found this on Instagram. An Olympian reached out to me and wanted to know if I wanted to do, what is it? Is it called luge?
Yeah.
It's where you get on the board.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, wants to know if I would like to do it.
What'd you say?
I haven't responded yet. I just found it last night in the middle of the night when I was
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. So, all right. Let's see here. Are we supposed to be covering a story right now?
Yeah, whales.
Oh, the whale move. Each of these 60 transfers totals approximately $1 billion. An overall amount of more than 2 million Bitcoins has been moved between anonymous wallets. The overall approximate amount of transfer of crypto funds is jaw-dropping almost $60.5 billion in fiat. Each $1 billion in Bitcoin costs about $13 to transfer. What's cool is if you guys could go and you can match some of these moves. These are the latest ones. So I didn't give you this one yesterday, but sometimes you guys can actually go check the times that I give you and find out that they match, which is pretty interesting. Whales have been stocking up on the leading crypto. Somebody said, would this lead to a dump this much money? Would this lead to a dump this many transfers? No, this is more about positioning, getting ready to move up than down. Now, look, when you see the money going out of exchanges, that's negative. When you see wallets being transferred between anonymous wallets, it doesn't necessarily have that same kind of thing. So, yeah, it does look very scary and dangerous. Luge does. But I like to live dangerously. I mean, I don't know. I wrote a 2-wheel in here, into the wall.
1 wheel.
1 wheel. That's right. Not a 2-wheel. Wait. Yeah, it is just 1 wheel.
It is just one big wheel.
BitBoy in spandex? I forgot. What he told me was, he said he wants to get me in an actual spandex BitBoy costume and do it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, do it at the Olympic, where they train for the Olympics.
That'd be fun.
I mean, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in for sure.
And we already
as long as my wife can come. She'll die.
We already have the spandex.
No, I don't have a spandex anymore.
You got rid of the suit?
Yeah, I got rid of the BitBoy suit a while back. So I need a new one. I need a custom actual BitBoy suit. So bring the wife on the show. She left. She'll come on the show one day. She's a little shy. She likes to be invisible. She doesn't like to be in the spotlight, which is good because I don't need no woman stealing my shine. Sorry, no offense, hon. She said, my wife told me we were talking about this. She said, a year ago, I was telling her how crazy things were going to get, and she didn't really believe it, She saw it happening. She didn't really believe it. I said, it's going to get much crazier. And she said that she really thought she could just hide and never be seen or never be on camera, or she could just, stay invisible. She said yesterday she realizes that's not really true anymore. So we'll get her on the show one day. Maybe we'll have her co-host with me one day.
Oh, wow.
Now, I've seen one of Jeb's guys brought his wife on the show, and basically she did the show, and he asked her questions. It was pretty interesting. So maybe we'll do it. SEC versus Ripple. Next hearing may result in a major win for Ripple. The problem with settlement between now and November 12th is the parties won't know how strong each side's position is until discovery closes. However, okay, the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit has taken several twists and turns, but despite the court, the discovery extensions granted by the court, I think that's a typo. It's supposed to say despite the discovery extensions granted by the court. It says despite the court, the discovery extensions. Hey, I can find those typos. I can find them every time. Growing feeling that settlement may be on the horizon. The key date is August 31st. Now look, what do we just say? Between November 12th, that's the major hearing. But we have this key date tomorrow. The key date is August 31st, as the court scheduled a hearing with both parties to discuss the privilege dispute that has been dragging for months. The SEC refuses to hand over critical documents despite the judge's insistence because it claims they are protected under the DDP, or the DPP. Sorry, that's not Diamond Dallas Page. deliberative process privilege, which aims to protect not merely documents, but also the integrity of the deliberative process itself. In other words, this upcoming hearing is very important because Ripple could potentially get some documents that could really help it advance its position. The XRPs like Ether in 2018, the SEC said Ether is not a security, therefore XRP is not a security. According to Mr. Hogan, that triggered a chess match. SEC deployed a Queen's Gambit in this litigation, sacrificing its position on the fair notice defense in order to solidify its central position. The XRP was sold as security. And by the way, guys, for all my XRP army, speaking of Jeb, they put out, what is that show?
I don't know.
Put out a challenge for BitBoy to come on their show, 2 coins. Yeah, we'll go on the show. I ain't seen it. Maybe they put it on socials. I didn't see it. We'll talk to him next time he's on the show. I'll go on a show. I have no problem going on Jeb's show.
We love Jeb.
We love Jeb. I would love to destroy him on a debate. I would love that. Is that what it is? A debate show about 2 coins? I pick a coin, he picks a coin?
I have no idea.
I'll pick BitConnect.
BitConnect.
Okay. So, God, what did about XRP. Huge XRP video coming for you guys this week. Huge. As I am the supreme commander and leader of the XRP army, as you guys know. A lot of people have fallen under my command. The people that are not under my command at this point, they are outliers. They are in rebellion, and they will be dealt with. You come under my command, it's either you come under my command or you leave the army. There's no question about it. I will make sure you get a dishonorable discharge. Because we're going to bust out something to you guys that nobody else has. Nobody else has got this. And it's huge. And it's public. Nobody else has it. We're going to be the first one to be talking to you about this gigantic development, not with the case, but with Ripple and the acceptance of the banks and the integration of XRP into the world financial system. And these are real documents. This is not, some kind of ghetto thing that somebody made up and sent me. This is public information. You'll be able to cross-check it. Huge video coming this week. Now, back to the case here. This is what I want to talk about. Everybody's talking about this November date. Once they start talking about this November hearing date, everybody's like, well, no, nothing's coming. Guys, no. Here is the deal. Here is the tea on what is happening. Tomorrow, they are having what is it, a trial or a hearing? What do they call it? The court scheduled a hearing with both parties to discuss the privilege dispute. So what is going on tomorrow is both parties are coming together. Have you not noticed that in the last week things have really ramped up? Where basically XRP or Ripple Labs, they're throwing the kitchen sink. They're saying, look at this email. You sent an email saying it's not a security, which, by the way, Director of Enforcement of the SEC got fired this week, basically forced to resign. Why? He looks like an idiot. You've also got not only is XRP throwing the kitchen sink, you've got the SEC throwing the kitchen sink with all of the Slack communication stuff that's been going on. What is going to happen on this court date is they're both going to come in. Each party is going to throw everything they have at each other. And then Judge Sarah Netburn is going to tell them, all right, well, we're going to have a hearing in November. I urge you to settle the case. I urge you to settle the case. Basically, it's where if you think about this, it's like if you're going to fight somebody, okay, let's just say you're going to fight somebody. What about that Jake Paul fight last night? We got invited to that, but couldn't go.
Yeah.
He won.
Yeah.
Is he outweigh that other guy by a good bit?
I didn't know those stats.
I didn't see it either. My TV wasn't working last night, or I would have watched it. But if you're going to fight somebody, right? Or you know what? Let's not say fight. Let's use NFL preseason. This is a much better example here. Okay. If you're in the preseason, you come out, you actually don't show any of your real plays. None of the plays that you see in the preseason not a single play goes into the actual regular season. Okay? You hold everything back until the last possible moment. And when you start the season, now you start throwing the kitchen sink. You start showing all your tools, all your weapons, all your tricks. That's what's going on right now. They're throwing everything they've got. That way, when they go to settle, each team is armed with the most ammunition they have to get the best deal. For the SEC, the deal is about trying to save face. For Ripple Labs, it's about trying to get back on exchanges. It's about trying to get the positive price movement, about ducking this argument once and for all that it is a security, because it is not. The SEC already came out and said it. So this week will be absolutely pivotal. Now, we're not going to know what happens tomorrow. It's not like they're going to go into this and by tomorrow night we're going to have this thing straightened out. It's going to take a few weeks. I've been told, you guys know I originally said the middle of September at the latest. I've been told that timeline may have been pushed 1 to 2 weeks. But the people who care still prefer that this is done by the middle of September. So by October, by September 30 days in September, I think. By September 30th, this thing should be straightened out 100%. Probably around the 20th or the 21st. Could be when we're looking at maybe a few days later than the 15th. But we will start hearing rumblings coming out within a few weeks. So, okay. All right, moving on here. IMF. Privately issued crypto with substantial risks, inadvisable as legal tender. Now, I've been asking around about El Salvador because you guys know El Salvador is accepting Bitcoin as legal tender. We have other countries like. Yeah,
you did hear the news over the weekend. The president came out and said they're not going to force people to take it, even though that's what they said originally. Yeah.
Shocker.
I know.
Shocker. I told you guys in the very beginning that this wasn't going to be everything that it was cracked up to be. I've been telling you that for weeks. Meanwhile, all the Bitcoin maxis are over there patting each other on back. Where's the XRP meme? Do you know the one?
Which one?
XRP meme patting on back. Oh God. Let's see. What do you call that character? No, XRP meme. Maybe it's Ripple meme. I have to find. Here it is. No, this isn't actually the one though. There's one that's much funnier. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. This is the XRP meme. Okay. This is probably made in 2018. Let's see. It doesn't have a date on this. This is a guy who is invested in Ripple, right? And you got this guy. Coinbase listing coming soon, bro. This was before Ripple was on Coinbase or XRP. More decentralized than Bitcoin. New bank partnership. Higher than Bitcoin. XRapid live now, bro. This is a very funny meme. And look, I was guilty of making fun of people with this. But this here, this is actually a Bitcoin meme now. Okay? Where in the middle, you have the Bitcoin maxi. And you have everybody patting him on the shoulder. Accepting is legal tender. Everyone wants to accept Bitcoin. No bear market. Too much adoption. Jack Dorsey, Bitcoin Dex. Bitcoin maximalist, you're an idiot. If you in this day and age can still look and believe that Bitcoin is going to be the chosen currency of the world, you're not paying attention. It can back a currency. It's digital gold. It's not a currency. So stuff going on in El Salvador doesn't shock me that they're changing the game. People are never going to spend it in El Salvador. People don't want to spend it anywhere. In America, we don't want to spend it. I spend it sometimes because I just got it like that. And I don't care. Vast majority of people out there, it's a terrible idea. Lock in profits in a bull market. If you're locking in profits, decent idea. If you're spending from a long-term stack, you're an idiot. You're just doing it for adoption. For adoption, friend. For adoption. Okay? So here's what's going on with the IMF. Right now, you're seeing that they're pushing back. The financial cartel does not care about El Salvador taking Bitcoin. They do not care about Paraguay accepting Bitcoin. They don't care about Honduras accepting Bitcoin. But you know when they will care? If Brazil starts saying they'll accept Bitcoin, which they've talked about a little bit. Brazil will not be allowed to accept Bitcoin. You will find this out. Everything positive they may say about it, the financial cartel is only concerned about countries that affect their status quo, that affect their bottom line. El Salvador don't affect their bottom line. Paraguay don't accept their bottom line. You get to Brazil, you get to some of these other larger countries, America, Mexico, it would. When you see a major country say that they're going to accept Bitcoin as legal tender, that is when people should be very, very, very concerned. Very concerned. So, someone said I'm salty. Why am I salty? That was Nick DeMondi. He just walked by rubbing his nipple. It's kind of weird. It's a true story. I just doxed him. Sorry, Katie. So anyways, the point here is the IMF privately issued. This is why you read this story here. Bitcoin's privately issued crypto with substantial risks. Inadvisable is legal tender. But yet they didn't push back that hard against El Salvador. Why? Because they don't care about those countries. And I told you about the third day this story was going on. I told you when it came to the messaging, especially when the IMF or the World Economic Forum said we're not going to give you loans if you accept Bitcoin. I told you guys at that point, this was about firing warning shots to countries in the future more than it was about what was going on with El Salvador. This story backs that up 100%. The IMF is saying, Bitcoin's private crypto, don't think about accepting it in the future. This is a warning shot to the bigger countries about this, because this will not be allowed. This will not be allowed from Brazil or Mexico, which Mexico is not saying they're going to do it, but Brazil has said some things about it. IMF claims Bitcoin is privately issued crypto. The IMF wrote, privately issued crypto assets like Bitcoin come with substantial risks, making them equivalent to a national currency is an inadvisable shortcut. IMF's tweet references a blog post written on July 26 by two of its legal counsels, as Bitcoin.com reported. It said, crypto assets as national currency? A step too far. But see, the El Salvador story allows them to get on this soapbox and actually have a grounds to tell you they don't want this. If the El Salvador story had not happened, this really wouldn't even be making news. And they're saying, oh, don't use crypto. Well, no countries are using it. Now that a country is using it, now it's a story, okay? That's how all this stuff, all these narratives, the world financial cartel, it's all tied together. Some argued that fiat currencies come with more substantial risk than Bitcoin. Government-issued assets, this is from a Twitter user, like the U.S. dollar, come with substantial risk, especially when they're loaned out by intergovernmental organizations with a history of bankrupting countries. The IMF getting nervous because companies and individuals are diversifying their wealth into Bitcoin and crypto instead of their special drawing rights or SDRs, which we did a whole video on those. That's a very concerning thing. Some people stated the IMF is becoming an irrelevant organization. IMF won't exist within 10 years. False. That is not true. 10 years, it will definitely still be around. Now, beyond that, 20, 30 years, who knows what things will look like. It just depends on, look, we're in a financial civil war right now. Do you guys see that's what's happening? We're severely outnumbered, but we got a better message, and we've got a stronger product. That's why there's a chance down the road decentralization wins. But crypto is the only chance we have for that, to destroy this financial cartel. There are forces in the world rising up against them. I'll tell you that for sure. Glad to be playing a role in that. I also do care about my life, though, so I got to be careful what I say. I don't want to end up on a dog leash. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what happens to some people. Crypto analysts who called Ethereum's, here's just a roundup here, who called Ethereum's climb to 3,400 reiterates a $10,000 call. We actually talked about this yesterday in my video yesterday morning. This is from Megan Casper from Magnetic Managing. She's the Magnetic Managing Director. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? Does anybody know what that is?
Is Magnetic not the name of the company?
Oh, I guess Magnetic is the name of the company, not Magnetic Managing. She's the Managing Director. You're Magnetic? I haven't. But anyway, she said it could go from $1,000 to $3,000. Investors are still using crypto as a favorite tool to hedge against inflation. She added, 2 new upgrades are likely to catapult the network when it's completed. Towards the end of the year, beginning of next year, we'll have about $1 million worth of Ethereum coming out of the supply. So that will initiate it becoming a deflationary asset. NFTs are getting used like crazy. I think we'll continue to see this as the younger generation feels comfortable. The important part here is her prediction. She says $10,000. I'm with it. I can get with it. China declares further crackdown on crypto while North American Bitcoin miner earnings reach record highs. And by the way, I have 100% confirmation. I talked about this on video I did with Altcoin Daily over the weekend about VeChain. When it comes to China, okay, I've told you from the beginning, the Bitcoin mining ban was smoke and mirrors, okay? Here's what's really happening. The people who are higher than China, a lot of people think China is this rogue country out there. Oh no, they fall in line just like the rest of them to the financial cartel, for sure. A lot of overlap. They certainly fall in line. You have to ask yourself the question, why would they put a Bitcoin mining ban? I got a more important question for you here in a moment. Why would they put a Bitcoin mining ban? Then why would they allow the large Bitcoin miners to move to other countries? Because, they have to get permission. Well, I got 100% confirmation that some of the major miners have now moved to Kazakhstan and, what's the other one? Kyrgyzstan? Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, I think. They've moved to those countries to do mining, but they're under the same exact ownership, which is CCP related. I got confirmation of that. So here's the more important question. If China, which by the way still runs Bitcoin mining because they sell all of the products that do the mining, if China had to basically diversify the hash rate, which is what they were asked to do, spread the hash rate around a little more, and they did it. The question is, what did China get in return for giving up the hash rate? That's a very important question. I know the answer. Let you guys do some math and figure that out. You probably won't be able to come up with it. I don't know if this is something you can figure out, but maybe if you really dig, you can find out. Yeah, I know that's Kazakhstan, but what is the other one? What is the other one that's over there? Map. What is it? What did you say, Jim? It's Kazakhstan, but what is the other one? Here, yeah, Kyrgyzstan. I was right. Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. Both of those countries are where many of the Bitcoin miners from China relocated with permission from the Chinese government. You think the Chinese government is going to let miners go? No. They infiltrate business and markets all over the world. One day people are going to wake up and realize that China controls a lot of stuff out there that you don't think that they do. Chinese governments continue to warn against trading and investing in crypto as part of a nationwide crackdown. Basically what they're doing with Bitcoin, one of the reasons why they were good, one of the reasons why they were okay with this trade, basically, there was a trade that was made with giving up the hash rate, because it allows them to further FUD Bitcoin, because they are FUDding Bitcoin specifically to push their digital yuan. That is happening. That is true. A lot of people have speculated that is going on. That is happening. So you really start seeing the world chess that is going on with China. Man fakes his own kidnapping to steal 1.15 million dollars worth of Bitcoin. Venezuelan man allegedly defrauded his victims by masterminding a fake kidnapping. So very interesting in there. I'll let you guys dig more into that story. We got to wrap it up here. I got an interview with Raoul Powell here in just a few moments. We will be putting that out, part one of that probably out at 3 o'clock today, as long as he didn't call me and cancel, or didn't email me and cancel while the stream's been going on, which is a possibility. I don't think so. But Paris Hilton wants to school Bill Gates on NFTs. It's a funny picture.
Yeah, it is.
He's such a creeper. His wife left him over Jeffrey Epstein. That's a fact. You guys can look that up. That's not conspiracy, by the way. She said that was a major concern. You know he didn't even meet Epstein until after all the allegations were out.
Wow.
That's a real thing that goes on too, ladies and gentlemen. That's a real thing. So anyways, Parrots tweeted to Bill Gates to appear on her podcast so they could take turns explaining things. Earlier this month, Hotel Eris made an appearance on Tonight Show. She talked about NFTs there. She offered a highly technical definition of the term. A blockchain-based digital contract allows its users to sell art, music, and experience. Speaking of NFTs, you guys don't forget to go follow the Pluto Alliance, by the way. We made a big announcement of a giveaway. Pluto Alliance is going to be the greatest NFT project of all time. Do you agree with that?
Sure. Why not?
Why not? 10,000 unique alien NFTs helping determine if Pluto is a planet. Website coming soon. Launches in mid-September. So we got a giveaway going on right here. I'm going to retweet this. You guys, they're going to give away $5,000 to people that follow the Twitter and do some more stuff. Join the Alliance. Should I start calling it the Alliance?
No.
The Pluto Alliance? That might be confusing for people.
Yeah.
I would hate to mispronounce the word. I wouldn't want to do that. So it would not be tribute to the aliens. So, okay, guys, that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for watching the show. It's been exciting. Glad to be back with you this week. We don't know what we're doing. Next Monday's Labor Day, correct?
Yes. We'll probably still be.
You think we'll come to a show, you and me?
I mean, probably.
At least you and me.
probably.
I think that's the move.
I don't want to lock it in right now, but yeah, most likely.
Oh, we do have a Cirrus AMA going on, by the way, after the show today. So you guys make sure to go check out the Cirrus AMA. Maybe having some more stuff with them in the future. Isn't the giveaway done? We've already done one giveaway, but now they're doing a second giveaway. And my understanding is correct. So, all right, guys, that is all we've got. Certainly appreciate everybody. Raziel with a pretty funny comment there. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.